Alright, what is up guys, Losing Manic here, and I know, this is Skyrim and not the standard Fallout 4 video I usually have been doing, but I'm going to use this as a sort of background, just because I want to chat, just because it's been a while. I know that it's been a while, and I'm going to try and play and not acknowledge the gameplay at all. But yeah, so it's been a while. I know. I made a Fallout 4 video. I haven't uploaded it, and then I just haven't really uploaded it. But last video I made, I think it was a Fallout 4 video. Yeah, but there's some stuff I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna use this as more as like getting this out there, kind of like almost like a stress relief type thing, even though this is not stress relief at all. So it is the new year. With it being the new year comes some plans in my life. One of which is the fact that the main goal for me this year is to move in with my girlfriend. I currently live with my grandmother, and I'm trying to get out of that because it's getting to the point where I feel like we both just need to go our separate ways and just not live together. That's how I see it. Anyway, she may see it differently, but I'm 22 years old. I can't live with my grandmother forever. But within that, so my plan for this year is to like the end of the year goal is for me to move in with my girlfriend. The thing is that it is very tough for me to do. Because one of the things I need to do, I have I have a main goal, and within the goal is like a sub goal. Like once I do well, it's mostly like a side mission. Like if this year was the main story, the ending of this year would be to learn how to, or like move in with my girlfriend. But the side mission is to learn how to drive, because neither my girlfriend nor I knows how to drive, and I figured I'd be the person that learns how to drive. And it is not easy. It is probably the more stressful things I've ever had to deal with in my entire life. Because driving is a very dangerous and very serious thing. And it's not something that can easily just be... There's no shortcuts. There's no easy way of going at it. You just have to do it. And I get that. It is a very tricky thing to do. But it's so stressful. The people I have teaching me right now, well, the person I have teaching me right now is my grandmother, and she's not the best at it. Reason being is I have disabilities, I have autism, and I have ADHD, along with anxiety. I'm not going to try to make this as emotional, like a pity party type thing. I just want to chat, you know. And so within that comes the fact that I'm gonna eventually learn how to drive. But the thing is given my disabilities and all that stuff, I'm not saying that I can't be given that, but it's really tough for me to learn. I prefer to have someone who's more level-headed teach me, and so far I don't have that person yet, and I want that person, but I can't, not yet. But I've been doing pretty well. I've been making some progress and all that stuff. The main issue I'm having is knowing how to keep a certain steady speed, because the main living area, or the main sort of location I'm at right now, the speed limit is 30. It's around 30, 35. And I can keep like a good like 20 or like a good 15 to 10. But like a 30 to 35 is something that's tricky for me because I have to push down just a little bit harder than usual. And that sucks because I push down too hard and I reach and then I go up to 40 and hold on. Sorry. And that's tough for me, you know? I want to keep a nice 40. Well, I want to try and keep a nice 30, 35, but I can't. It's a bit tough for me. And the thing is, you know, it's like, and I know some people are like, they go to like rural areas. That's tough for me to say. And I want to, but there's barely any places nearby. There's like, the closest one is like 30 miles away, or 30 minutes away, around there. And like it may not seem that bad, but like, given how everything is, the only thing we can do is just the local area, and it's tough. It's full of like a lot of stops. You know, it's a lot of stops, a lot of speeds up and stops. It's this whole thing, and it's hard. It's very hard for me to. It's very. Oh shit. Sorry, I didn't want to acknowledge this, but I thought all this dark stuff was a part of the Creation Club. I don't have any Creation Club kits. Hold on, what? Hold on, I'll figure that out in a bit. I'll do some work in between episodes, or between videos. But yeah, so the thing with me is like it's tough. And like I mentioned before, my grandma's not very level-headed. I love her. Don't get me wrong. I love my grandmother. She's amazing. I appreciate her putting up with my crap, but the thing is that she's not very level-headed, and I want the level. I need someone who's more level-headed, and I don't have that. I need it, but I think we all need someone that's a bit more level-headed in our life, and I really believe that. But the thing with that is, my grandma is just not the type of person, especially when it comes to like, she told me, like, when I asked her, I go, why do you keep freaking out on me? And it's like, well, because you're driving my car. I'm like, so how about we get me a car that I could pay for, and then maybe then you'd be so level-headed. She's like, how are you going to get the money? And it's this whole, like, I have a job. Don't get me wrong, I have a job, so I can get the money. But she's like, how are you going to pay for it? I'm like, I have the money. When I have money, we could find something that's cheaper, and it's this whole thing. So now I'm looking into doing some like driving school, which is fine, you know. That's like, there's nothing wrong with driving school. I do believe that like driving school is beneficial, especially because it's their job to teach you and to keep level-headed, because it is your job to make sure that you are teaching these people. But the thing is I'm just scared. I don't like driving. I don't want to drive with someone I don't know. You know, and it's tricky. It's very tricky. But driving as a whole is just so goddamn scary. And even fairly recently, I've been in some sort of what I call a mental purgatory, because some days, or like when I'm both like happy and just sad, you know, at the same time. And yes, I know that sounds ridiculous. I know it does. But it's true. It's been, actually I could take that from my house. It's been tough. It's because right now I'm suspended from work for unknowingly missing a day. And yes, I do mean unknowingly. That's a long story. I'm not going to get into that right now. But it's because of that I've been struggling with myself recently, because I'm trying to be better for myself, but it's really, really tough for me to do. And I don't know why I'm making this video per se, but I just want to let all my feelings out in hopes that someone will understand, or maybe that this will help, you know, because I just need something to help me. And if this is the start of something that could help me, then so be it. But yeah, and don't get me wrong, like, I'm sure that eventually once I get everything dealt with, it won't be that difficult. I know it won't. It takes time, and I know that. I'm not blind to the fact that I know that it's gonna be, or that stuff like this takes time. I know it does. And like I keep saying, Rome wasn't built in a day, you know. So of course it's not gonna be easy, but I just, like, of course it's gonna take time, and I know that. I'm not blind to the fact. But I just get so self-conscious in everything, you know, the fact that all I want is to learn how to drive, and being able to do that, and then once I do that, I'll be able to move in with my girlfriend, and that's all I want. I want to be able to do that, and I want it this year, but I keep putting pressure on myself to actually do that. I need to learn to stop, but I just can't, because I'm at that point, like, I'm 22 years old and I don't know how to drive. Everybody around me does, and I feel shamed for not knowing how to drive, especially at this age, you know. Everyone keeps saying if you're an adult that doesn't know how to drive, it's very much frowned upon, and I get it. Part of me kind of gets it, but another part of me is like, well, there's always a reason behind it, you know. The only reason why I'm learning how to drive is just so that way I can get out of where I am right now, move on to greener pastures, and be better. But I can't do that until I learn to start driving, and it took me this long because I had like major anxiety, major anxiety over it. And I know it sounds ridiculous, I know, but I don't know. I'm trying to get better at it. I am. And it'll take time. I need to work on it. Need to work on everything. Need to work on everything going on in my life. But another thing I want to do whenever I learn to start driving is I want to get a better job. Because I'm not happy with the job I'm at right now. I'm not. But it'll get better. I know it will. It just takes time. And if it means that I have to struggle, if it means I have to push through my mental health to get to where I can finally be happy, then so be it. If I have to face my fears, I will. But for now, one step at a time. I don't know. I know this is a completely different turn, but I've been reflecting on some stuff, and I've not been feeling too happy recently. And it sucks. It really sucks to be in the position I am now, where all I want is to be happy, but I can't. How can I be happy when everything in life has just been stressing me out, you know? I have a job that stresses me out. I have to learn how to drive, which is stressing me out. Because if I don't, then what am I going to do with my life? Can't really do much of anything with my life if I don't know how to drive. I'm stuck. But, and I know it, and I know I'm kind of, I know it sounds like I'm being a crybaby. I know I am. But that's just how it is, you know? Sometimes we just need to vent out our problems in hopes that it helps or that someone listens. But for now, I'll, hopefully, if you're watching this, hopefully you're listening. If you're in the same position I am, just know it'll get better. I know it will. Best advice I can give you is just one step at a time. Right now, all I need to learn is how to drive. And that's it. That's all I need. Once I learn how to drive, it'll get better. It'll get better.